Well, hello, artist. Who is ready to draw today? Let's get started. I'm excited to draw something cold because today I'm cold. So in this lesson, we're going to draw Mr. Walrus on an iceberg floating somewhere far away, hopefully far away from us. We don't have snow where we live, right? This isn't a very big project, so if you have a smaller piece of paper, turn it to horizontal or landscape. And then we're going to start right in the middle of the page with the nose, okay? I'm going to put right in the middle of my page, I'm going to do a nice big nose. How's that? It's odd, but I think it'll be okay. And then I'm going to put a nice reflective spot right there. What do you think? Reflective spot? What's a reflective spot for? So we got one right in the middle of the screen. Score! Okay, everybody got it? Got it? You got it? Okay, so about right here on the edge, let's make a nice big fat walrus cheek. It's sort of like a circle, but I kind of want it squished out a little. So it's not an oval either. It's more of a cheek. It's a cheek. And then we're going to come to the other side and give another big fat walrus cheek and pull that up. Good, good, good. Everybody like it? So far, so good? Yeah. Very, very good. Now, right in the middle, let's join them together with a little lip. Just a little bitty lip. Let me zoom in a little more so you can see. And I'm going to go ahead and shade that in. It's going to be dark under there. I don't want anybody sticking their hand in that walrus mouth. Okay, let's put the head on. So in the middle of this cheek on the left, we're going to go up just a little. Okay, let's do the same thing on the cheek on the right. Just go up just a little. Okay, you got that so far? So far, so good. Remember, you can always give me a thumbs up. Yeah, woo. Okay, and let's see here. We're going to curve the top, go up, 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 and then back down. Give him a nice head shape. Don't flatten his head. Don't put a flat head on him. That would be weird, wouldn't it? If you had a flat... Let's see here. Let's put a flat head on our walrus. Ew, that's not cool. Make sure to give him a nice curved head. Okay, right above the right side of the nose, we're going to put the letter L. Put an L there. And on the left side, we're going to put a backwards L. Make sure to leave space between the eyes. Walruses have a lot of space on their head for their forehead. Do they like butt each other with their heads when they're mad or something, or territorial? I don't know much about a walrus. I just don't know. Some animals I do. Marshmallows. I know a lot about marshmallows. Yum. They're awesome when you stick them in the microwave. Now I'm hungry. Anybody hungry? I'm a hungry girl. Okay, we've got our L's, right? Let's go up the L and over. Connect it to the bottom line. Then let's put a circle inside there. Which direction is the walrus looking? I think I'm going to have mine looking toward the left. I don't know what he's looking at, but we can put something in the water maybe. Or have a walrus peeking out of the water coming up. Ooh, we could do all kinds of fun things. I'm going to put the reflective dots both on the left side. There we go. Kind of looks like a puppy dog. This is how we start one of the puppy dogs that I did on YouTube. Now at the bottom of the lip, let's put the little jaw down there. So just create just a little bit, just a little curve right under those cheeks. Okay, let's put his, are they tusks? His teeth I don't know what these things are. We'll draw them. Let's go to the outside tusk. Thank you, Cody. I knew you would help me. I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. Now let's draw the tusks. Now remember, this is a friendly walrus, okay? Let's not make him scary. Let's make him a friendly walrus. And we're going to draw his tusk down, and the point is rounded, and then we're going to curve it back up. Okay, so let's do the same thing on the right side. Pull that tusk down, curve, and then pull it back up. There we go. You're a pro at doing tusks now. If you've done something twice, you're a pro, right? We're going to have to move up. Let's pull down the body. So behind this tusk, we're going to start the connecting of the body to the head. So let's just sketch out a triangle. Okay, just sketch it out. That means real light. Let's block in the shape. I think I'm drawing mine too long. We've got to think about our placement, how much movement we're going to have. So just draw a triangle right down here. Okay, there you go. Do you see my triangle? You don't have to really draw the complete triangle, but I wanted you to understand what I'm saying. So draw the triangle down here, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Pull down that body, then pull that triangle in. So about the middle of the right cheek, put your pencil right there. Okay, middle of it, I'm going to drop down just a tiny bit because I don't want it right in the middle. And I'm going to draw a little curve going down, just a little. We want his back to come out this direction. Okay, just pull out the back way. There you go, the right way. Let's come down to this triangle, and we're going to pull his belly toward the back. Everybody good on that? Nice. And then let's just put two little triangles back here. You can do, let's see here. Why did I just do that one? I don't know. You're like, I don't know. Put two triangles back there. And that is all we need to do a walrus. Okay, so here we go. Let's start on the right side. We're going to pull down, go down that line that you've created, go all the way down. Stop before you get all the way to the end. Stop, stop, stop. And let's turn our pencil outward and just make a loop. That means he's kind of sitting that on the ground. So we have a little crease right here. Okay, just a little crease. I'm going to erase this little triangle line in there. Okay, so here we go. Let's take this line, back up, back up, back up. Before you get to the middle, let's add a little crease right here. I'm going to curve that just like that. Okay, so this one over here, I'm not going to attach that to his body at any part. So let's just erase just a little segment right there. Okay, just a little bit. And then we're going to take it and curve. Don't go straight. Curve that. And we can do the same thing on this side. Bump that out. Erasing that line inside. And then adding your crease marks. Good, good, good. Excellent. And then when we bring it back, guess what? We're going to curve it the opposite way. Okay, this one goes toward the left, this one goes toward the right. And I can actually add a few more little crease lines going that direction. Oh, just drawing on everything. Here we go. Okay, now to make the belly go down the middle, let's just curve. Okay, just curve that right in the middle. Give him a little bit of a belly. Now I love this line that I have here. So if you can use your line, go down that line, add some curves as you go. Do you see how I'm adding some wrinkles down there. He's got his body twisted. Just add a few little wrinkles, not too many. Don't make him too wrinkly. Got it? Does it look good? You like it? So far, so good? I'm thinking so. This guy's like, what are you talking about, wrinkles? Who has wrinkles? He's just grumpy. He's a grumpy. Okay, so the bottom of the walrus, we're going to take our line toward the back. When you get toward that tail, that is when you can add some wrinkle lines down there. Notice they're going toward the center of his body. Okay, these are going toward the center. Curve those wrinkles. Don't do straight lines for wrinkles, okay? Don't use straight lines. Curve them, curve them. Now we could do really detailed back flippers, but we're going to just use a real simple technique and make that really good, okay? So this back triangle, I'm going to take this and go curve. See, I didn't touch the triangle. I'm just using the triangle as helping me, guiding me to my shape. So I'm going to curve this one out. And then when I pull it back, I'm curving and it's smaller out and wider as I come in. Can you see that? And then I'm going to go and erase my triangle underneath. This is going to look really good when we have him sitting on that iceberg. He's going to have a lot of fun. Now for this other triangle here, let's curve it. Curve. This one's going to be flat on the iceberg, so we don't need to give it any angles. Okay, it looks like everybody's ready. So my walrus is going to be on an iceberg. So I want to do a foreshortened circle for my guide. Okay, a foreshortened circle. So a dot on the left and a dot on the right. Now, how do we make a foreshortened circle? I think I need to make mine bigger because my little dude is a lot bigger than I normally make him. So I'm going to pull that out. I'm going to take the left line, a dot, and I'm going to draw a contour line real light. Remember, this is just our guide for our shape. Okay, the iceberg is going to be all broken, and we're going to draw the thickness and some shading. And guess what? We don't have to be so cold that we have icebergs. We're just going to have fun with it. So curve around that dot and then pull that contour line behind and touch where it's going to stop. Don't go through your walrus. Don't go through your walrus, okay? Don't mess up your walrus. Go on the other side, the opposite, and pull that line back. And notice when I touch my walrus, I pick up my pencil, and then you can go behind him. Okay, so I'm going to start in the back on the left side, and I'm going to go down a little, go a little more, and then, oh, there's a big break in it. I'm going to erase that line. You see that big spot right there? Looks like it cracked off of some other iceberg. Then I'm going to follow it around, and then as I come, I'm going to go up. Look, I'm going to go up. Woo! That's cool. But this time well, you can erase the line. We'll just decorate it later. And then I'm going to come, and guess what? I'm going to wiggle a little down my line. I don't want it to be a perfect circle, so I'm just going to make a few bumps. When I get here, I'm going to pull this a different direction because I don't want it to look like a perfect circle. Okay, do you see how I'm just taking my pencil away from that line just a little, not too much. I don't want to make it so broken that the poor walrus falls into the water. He doesn't know what's down there. He doesn't know what's down there. His mom told him to wait right there, so he's waiting. So on the right side, I think I'm going to add another indent and then pull it back and then go behind the walrus. I'm going to erase my lines as I go, clean up as I go. There we are. And then I think I'm going to just bring it to his body and then get rid of this back here so it doesn't look so odd for him. So depending on where yours stops, there you go. What do you think? That looks really good. That looks really good. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Now we're going to finish this iceberg and then we'll go back and do the detail of the shading and put a little texture on our walrus, okay? Now on this left dot, put your pencil on that left dot, we're going to curve in just a little. See, notice I didn't go straight down. I curved it in and dropped it right there. Good, you like that? Now, right where I have this nice big bump, wherever you have a big bump, put another curve. Go in the same direction as that curve on the end. Just curve that in. We're not going to make this a real thick iceberg, but it is kind of thick. It is kind of thick. Okay, so let's add our curve on the opposite side. So touch your dot on the right. Curve your line in. Good. Now let's make another line. Oh, I'm going to do mine right about here where I have my indent, where I came in on my iceberg. Just a little there. And I think that'll be good. I like that a lot. Okay, now comes the fun part. Are you ready for this? We're going to connect these lines, adding the thickness to this iceberg. So go and connect it with kind of bringing it out. Okay, bring it toward you. Bring the line toward you. You're curving that line, trying to stay around that iceberg. Follow the iceberg shape. Now this one, since it's going away from us, let's take it and curve the opposite direction. Okay, curve it the opposite direction. Then this one's coming toward us. This one's going to go away. Do you see how I'm going away? I'm making it opposite. Okay, let's decide which way our light source is, the right or the left. You know me, I like the right side. And then the shading is on the left. So let's shade down the left side of his face, just real light. Don't scribble. I'm going to curve under his eyes, add a little more depth under there. You see how I'm adding just a nice curve under there, giving it some depth that is, his eyes are not just so close to that nose. Now let's shade down the left side of both cheeks. Don't just do one, you got to do both of them. Do both of them. There you go. So far, so good. 3D is all about the shading. Never stop shading when you are drawing something. Now, we have some wrinkles on his chest, so let's add some nice contour lines here. Curve those lines. Add some more wrinkles to his belly. And under his chin, let's shade a little. There we go. Under his cheeks, on his tusks. Okay, how do we shade the tusks? I'm going to turn my pencil and go up and down this direction. That way I can shade just the left side, just a little bit, just enough to give it that round look when we blend it with our stomp. Ooh, I got a squeaky chair. Do you guys have a squeaky chair? Woo! Okay, now down the left side of his fin. Flipper. It's a flipper, not a fin. Thinking about a dolphin. Thinking about a dolphin. Okay, got that part. Then let's do his belly. Let's shade that belly because you know that his face is keeping the light from shining on that belly. There we go. And then the bottom of the right fin, we're just going to shade down that. Good, good, good. So far, so good. I'm not losing you, am I? Take your time. Make sure to shade. Now, anywhere there's overlapping, so that right fin is flipper. Goodness, I keep calling it a fin. What is going on? It's stuck. It's stuck in my brain. Is anything stuck in your brain today? Hey, I'm happy I have not called this walrus a squirrel. Remember we drew squirrels? We drew the squirrels, so now it's in my head. Now, when I have wrinkles on my creatures, I try to add more depth to that by shading it. Shading each wrinkle. See how I just went over it real light? Adding some more depth to that. Good. Oh, he's looking pretty handsome. Pretty handsome, this walrus. He's pretty cool. Okay, now walrus have little dots for their whiskers. They have a lot of whiskers, but some are broken off. So he's got a lot of those. Now you can go ahead and blend him. That way we can add his whiskers. I don't like adding whiskers and then blending because then you mess up your cool whiskers. So go ahead, take your stomp or your Q-tip and go down the side, go down each area that you've shaded on the side of your stomp, okay? Don't go crazy and just brush it all over the place. So I'm going to pull that to the light, pull every shaded area towards the light source. And then anything you want to add more detail to, you can go back and go around and add a little more pencil to it to define it a little better, okay? Okay, let's add a little shadow on the ground for him to be anchored to this iceberg. We want to anchor him down so he's not just floating there. So let's pull it out toward opposite the light source. So mine is going to be toward the left. So you see how I did that? Then I'm going to take my stomp, blend that, just go back and forth underneath him. Okay, now let's look at our iceberg. Back here, we can barely see the thickness over here. So I'm just going to darken in this little area to show the thickness of that break in the iceberg. Okay, just a little break. And also over here, because when my eye looks at it, I can barely see that break over here. So just give a little bit on the left, a little bit on the right. There you go. Now, what do we do to the front? Well, let's start shading right under the lip on both ends. Okay, just a little bit of shading makes a lot of difference, okay? And where you have this front part's going to be the closest to us, so this is going to be the side that gets shaded. Okay, do you see what I'm doing? Casting a little shadow toward the back. You can go underneath these areas that you've dented out. Give a little, I'm going to give a little bit more to some areas just to add some more character to my iceberg. You can even pull some lines down. This is your iceberg. Try to give it some more character than anything else. I'm going to pull a line down here and shade a little. Let's see, what extras can we add? Now's the time to start adding your extra. If you have an idea of what you want to add while we're adding some extra character to this iceberg. Now, the different ways of shading, you can see that I'm shading sideways. I'm doing little diamonds down, or actually triangles down. I'm going right under the ledge. You can go right under the ledge. You can curve some lines down, creating a rounded shape. Do you see how it looks like it's casting a little shadow over that edge? Just a little shadow. And then I'm going to take my stomp and just go over the top of my iceberg, creating a little bit of depth there, you know, because ice grabs the light and does weird things with it. I'm not into all the science stuff about it, so don't worry, I won't give you a full lesson. Don't worry. Don't put your panic button on. I know you guys had a long school day. I'm a homeschool mom. I never stopped teaching though. Okay, so then this is floating in the water, right? So we do need some water ripples going around. So at the bottom of each side of the iceberg, put a dot outside. What we're going to do is we're going to take it and do a foreshortened circle. And when you do it, you don't have to be perfect at it, okay? Not like we're going to keep the circle, but we're going to create that rounded ripple like it's making waves, right? So kind of take your pencil and mark it around and around. You don't need to do behind it. We don't need to see back there. But you can just pull out some of these lines and create that ripple water effect. Now you can take your pencil on the side and you can add some shading to give some more depth to those ripples. Maybe there's a real strong current. Maybe the water's melting really fast. Ooh, this is your story. You come up with an idea of what this is doing, right? You come up with a really good reason for this walrus to be sitting in the middle of this lake or pond. I would think it'd be a lake if it's that thick of an iceberg. Who knows? But I'm going to take my stomp because I have one. You can take your pinky if you want, and you can just use whatever graphite you have. You can use another piece of paper and load your graphite on there with your pencil, and then use your Q-tip to load it, you know, and then add some more shading around your iceberg. Ta-da! We did it.